Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? I guess it's on. Perfect. How's everybody doing today? Long time no see. I missed you. Whew. Let's get going. How's everybody doing today? We got 4 people up in here. We are starting super early. I had no idea that this would fill as fast as it would, but my disco balls came through. And let's shout them all out. We got It's Amigo drafting from the 101. Yours truly, Big Draft Energy. Yes, we rebranded, but we're still drafting exclusively on drafters. We're at the 104. Our good friend Quasi, aka Queso Dip, aka the 2-time champion. Looking for a repeat. We're drafting in the drafters. $2 million, $20 buy-in. Big dogs only. My dogs are going to start barking. I shouldn't have done that. What's up, Quasi? How you doing? And then we got our good friend, our good loyal homie, person who I love and adore, Jonesy Juan Kenobi up in here as well. Very, very exciting. Very exciting stuff. I've missed you guys. We are back. We are back. And It's Amigo already started off the draft, getting Justin Jefferson. Colby and the Cattle Dog say, all clear. Perfect. What up, Quasi? Quasi says, we a go. Yes, sir. Let's see this AB Fantasy Guru, what he does. I missed you guys. Jamar Chase, of course. Needed to hydrate. All right. We're going to go Tyreek Hill. We like the pick. What up, Jonesy? Jonesy Juan Kenobi says, hey. How you doing? You guys excited to see Aaron Rodgers and his New York Jets? It's so weird saying Aaron Rodgers and his New York Jets. You guys excited to see him on Hard Knocks? So all rumors are saying that they, in fact, the New York Jets, the New York Football Jets, are in fact going to be the team on this year's Hard Knocks. At first, I didn't like it, but now that I think about it, I hate it. I can't stand it. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. I can't stand the New York Jets. I'm a Patriots fan. If you know me, you know that I can't stand this news, but it is what it is. We digress. What up, Liam? Big Al Max says, I got caught in the rain, but I'm here to watch. Man, we had some crazy thunderstorms. I was working on content, like, realistically all day today, and the power went out twice. So I lost a lot of progress and content. Not too happy about it, but it's all good. We're going to be putting out videos regularly. I'm very excited to be back. Good to see you in here, Liam. Thank you for joining into the chat. And we'll catch you guys up on the draft in a sec. But what I want to do first is tell you guys what we're doing. This is Big Draft Energy, the YouTube channel. We do live drafts. We do all things fantasy football related. If you got any questions, if you need any tips, any advice, if you're, wondering what's going on in the NFL, we got a pulse on all of it, and we'll gladly divulge the information as the information comes out, the moment the information comes out. But right now we're drafting on Drafters Fantasy Sports. It's a best ball app. It's a great best ball app. Right now we're doing the Drafters 2 million. There's 2 different contests for best ball tournament and best ball format, and we'll talk about all that in a bit. But right now we're doing the Drafters 2 million. So there's over 2 million in total prizes. First place gets $300,000, anywhere up until like 500th, 750th place. They all get money. So there's over $2 million in total winnings. First place gets $300,000, and we're hoping that this is the lineup that we're going to win. We're going to win big. And then the other competitions, the drafters $3 mini, total of $200,000 in total winnings. First place gets $30,000. It's pretty dope. We are doing it in best ball format. It's the most convenient way to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. At the end of each week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted in your weekly matchup, so no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades. So you literally just draft it and forget it, unless you're winning money, which is pretty dope. Let's catch up with the chat, and then let's catch the draft. Oh, we're on the clock. All right, let's view this. All right, I'm starting to really enjoy picking Devontae Smith up in the second round. The more I think about it, the more I love the value. Big Al MacLean says shitty about the content, but hopefully it's good for the Fires. Yeah. Man, it sucks because it's either raining here or we're smogged out. I've never in my 33 years in living in Ontario have experienced that, but it's strange, very strange. I hope everybody's safe and, staying safe and enjoying their summer so far. Is anybody else affected by these wildfires, or is it just us folks here in Ottawa? Let me know. So after we make our next pick, we'll catch you guys up on the whole draft. We'll go top to bottom. Right now, we're starting round 3. We're actually up next. We're now on the board. All right. Since, we're talking about the New York Jets, we'll go ahead and we'll draft Breece Hall. At first, I didn't want to draft Breece Hall because he was coming off of ACL injury, but all signs are pointing that the surgery went perfectly. He is on pace for rehab, and now we know that they're going to be on Hard Knocks. So we're going to see exactly what's going to happen when it happens, as it happens. So I'm very excited about Breece Hall right now. So we'll catch you guys up on the draft. Our good friend It's Amigo started off the draft with the first overall pick with Justin Jefferson. Then Jamar Chase goes off the board. Then CMC. We take Tyreek Hill at the 104. Then Cooper Kupp goes off the board. Then Travis Kelce. Quasi grabs Austin Eckler. Then Stephon Diggs goes off the board. AJ Brown gone. Our good friend Jonesy Kenobi grabs CeeDee Lamb with the 10 pick. Then Bijan Robinson goes at the 11. Then Amon St. Brown goes at 12. Around the bend, starting off round 2, Garrett Wilson goes off the board. Then Devontae Adams. Then our good friend Jonesy Kenobi grabs Jalen Waddle. Would love to get a Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill stack or double stack, but I don't think that'll ever happen. After that, Saquon Barkley goes. Nick Chubb quasi grabs Chris Olave. Then Ramondre Stevenson. Then Jonathan Taylor. We grab Devontae Smith. Then T. Higgins goes off the board. Then Tony Pollard. Then our good friend It's Amigo finishes off the second round with Derrick Henry. Then It's Amigo starts off the third round with DK Metcalf. Then Jalen Hurts. Then Keenan Allen. We grab Breece Hall. Great pick. With the 4th pick in the third round. Then Patrick Mahomes goes off the board. Then Amari Cooper quasi grabs Josh Allen. It's nice seeing that, Josh Allen, Mahomes, and Hurts are no longer going in the second round. That things are finally clearing up. So I might start getting more exposure to all 3 of those names. After Quasi grabs Josh Allen, Josh Jacobs goes, Calvin Ridley goes, Jonesy Kenobi goes. 3 wide receivers to start off the draft. So he gets DeAndre Hopkins, then Mark Andrews, then Jerry Jeudy to finish off round 3. Deebo Samuel starts off round 4, and we're all caught up. Let's go. So yeah, in other news, we're doing a thing. We're doing a thing. It's not going to be here on Drafters, but it is going to be for our community and our disco balls. We're working with an app right now to get this done, but we are doing a big multi-team tournament. Our goal is to have 8 divisions. 8 divisions, 12 people in each division. It's a redraft format. There will be no trades, 0 trades whatsoever, to avoid any sort of collusion. There will be 4 waiver wire picks per week. Your waiver wire picks do not go over to the next week or the following week. At the end of the first 11 weeks, when you draft or when you play against, everybody in your division, the top 2 teams are going to leave with some cashola in each division. And then what we're going to do is we're back on the clock, so we'll keep talking about that in a sec. All right, we're going to go with Drake London. I definitely need more exposure to him. I would have liked to have gotten DJ Moore, but it is what it is. So yeah, we're going to give money to first and second place in each division. Then after that, after the first 11 weeks, we're going to have like a March Madness Big 16 kind of playoff scenario where first place plays 16th, second place plays 15th, so on and so forth. March Madness bracket. You guys get it. You guys know it. You guys love it. And at the end of it, first place is going to win a lot of moolah. Second place is going to win a lot of moolah too. So we're just ironing out, a couple of details, but we're very excited to put it out there and to get it going. And we're excited to find an app that works for you guys and that works for me in terms of managing this whole deal. And I will be drafting in this as well. And yeah, it's pretty sweet. Jonesy Juan Kenobi asks, what's the buy-in? We're still thinking about it, but we're thinking about something that's not like outrageous and over the top. So what would you suggest is the buy-in? What would you be comfortable with? All right, we're going to go with we're going to go with Kenneth Walker. I know Aaron Jones is like screaming my name right now, but like I can't necessarily get him in round 5 when I know he's probably going to fall around 6. So it is what it is. Now, you guys will realize that these drafts are a little bit more intense than the Drafters $3 mini simply because there's more money at stake. Once again, first place gets $300,000 in this one, whereas like first place in the Drafters mini gets $30,000 and there's only $200,000 in total winnings. Obviously, it's a great way to get practice, but we do the $3 mini reps so we can, practice for this. And if you're doing redraft leagues, obviously it's too early for you to even think about doing it. But I do highly recommend that you sign up today using code DiscoDrafts1 on Drafters Fantasy Sports. Get up to $100 matched with your initial deposit. It's one of the best promo codes out there, dollar for dollar. Mind you, all transactions are done in US dollars, and it's available in Ontario. Jonesy said, I'm going to win, so any buy-in will be paid for. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, 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 ha. I hope you win. Honestly, you are such a wonderful fellow and a very good supporter of our channel. And if anybody should win, it should be you. As long as it's not Quasi. I'm kidding. Quasi, I'm not kidding. But I am kidding. But I'm not kidding. All right. So we'll catch you guys up on the draft. After Jonesy grabs Hopkins, Mark Andrews goes off the board, Jerry Jeudy, starting off the 4th round, Deebo Samuel, then Lamar Jackson, Jonesy Juan Kenobi finally gets his quarterback. He gets Joe Burrow. Then Terry McLaurin goes off the board, then Christian Watson. Our good friend Quasi grabs Christian Kirk, then DJ Moore, then Jahmyr Gibbs. We grab Drake London, then Travis Etienne goes off the board, Najee Harris. Our good friend It's Amigo finishes off round 4 with Justin Fields. Starts off round 5 with Deontay Johnson. Then Mike Williams goes off the board. Then Justin Herbert goes off the board. We grab Kenneth Walker. Then Chris Godwin's gone. Marquise Hollywood Brown keeps going off earlier and earlier. I remember the good old days when he was getting drafted in like the 9th round. Then our good friend Quasi grabs Aaron Jones. Then Brandon Ayuk, Joe Mixon. Then our good friend Jonesy Juan Kenobi gets George Kittle. So he's going 0 RB. 0 RB to start, and it's a very great strategy. He's on the clock right now. Then Alexander Madison goes off the board. Then to finish off round 5, TJ Hawkinson. Starting off round 6, Mike Evans, then J.K. Dobbins, then Jonesy Wankanobi finally gets his running back. That's Dameon Pierce. Quasi says, I've got kids to feed. What, winning that 30, 20, 25 grand last year wasn't enough? Damn, you're starting to sound like Latrell Sprewell. Does everybody or anybody remember that Latrell Sprewell reference? Or am I the only basketball head here? Back when he was on the Minnesota Timberwolves. After Jonesy grabs Dameon Pierce, Jackson Smith and Jigba goes off the board. I think I only have one share of Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jonesy Wankanobi says, how many total teams again? So the goal is 96. So there's going to be 8 divisions, 12 teams in each division. I kind of have my mind set on a $40 buy-in, American USD. So $40 buy-in. First place gets, at the end of the first 11 weeks, first place will get $180. Second place will get $60. And then at the end, when the playoffs are done, and it's all good, and it's all, we're going to go with Kadarius Toney here. When the playoffs is done and it's all said and done, first place in the big redrafters tournament, that's what we're going to call it. I like this one. I like that name. I think it's going to stick. Big redraft energy tournament, something like that. We'll think about it. We'll spitball some names. Anyways, first place will get $1,440. Nice chunk of change. Second place will get $480. We are not going to receive any sort of payments or anything like that until we completely fill it. So you get to tell your friends, you get to tell your friends' friends, and the way we're going to do it is one division at a time. The moment we fill it, it'll be great. DJ Anonymous says Disco is the GOAT. DJ Anonymous, I wish I knew who you were. I probably do know who you were, but thank you. You're the GOAT. Do you want me to make a GOAT sound for you? And your very nice compliment. All right, we're going to go with no, we're going to go with DeAndre Swift. We're going to go with DeAndre Swift. We're going to grab Dallas Goedert, but I'm okay on waiting on tight end. I'm okay on waiting on quarterback. I'm okay with all that. We got 7 people up in the chat. Man, you guys are so kind to me. I took a whole week off so I can deal with my emotions and things, and you guys still supporting me means the world to me. Thank you guys. Generally, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the content. Let's catch you up on the draft. So after Jonesy grabs Dameon Pierce, Jackson, this is the 6th round. Jackson Smith and Jigba goes off the board. Then Michael Pittman, our good friend Quasi, grabs Jahan Dotson, somebody who I can never get enough exposure to. I really do like him. And I like the game he plays. Obviously, I hate the quarterbacks there, but I'm starting to lean towards the oh God, what's his name? What's the backup's name? He was there in Cleveland. It'll come to me. Too many concussions. Anyways, after Jahan Dotson goes, Miles Sanders goes, Jacoby Brissett. Damn it. Jacoby Brissett. I think Jacoby Brissett's going to start, and I think he's going to crush it. Jahan Dotson goes, then Miles Sanders, Treylon Burks. We go Kadarius Toney, then Tyler Lockett, Trevor Lawrence. Our good friend It's Amigo finishes off round 6 with Cam Akers. Starts off round 7 with Kyle Pitts. Then George Pickens goes. Then Jordan Addison. We grab DeAndre Swift in the 7th round. Then Gabe Davis goes. Then Deshaun Watson, Quentin Johnson, Dallas Goedert. Our good friend Quasi grabs Quentin Johnson, another guy who I want to get some more exposure to. Dallas Goedert, Brandon Cooks, our good friend Jonesy grabs James Conner. Hate that pick. Can't stand it. Then Rachaad White, and then finishing off round 7. David Montgomery goes off the board, and we're waiting for the first pick in round 8 to go, and we're going to catch up on the chat. DJ Anonymous says, dope content. Love to see it. You know what? Just for that, I'm going to subscribe. Do we know each other? Who are you? Who are you? Even if we don't know each other, let's be friends. Let's be buds. Liam says, Disco likes them young tight ends. I'm married. Happily. Tattooed it right there. Live. Infinity forever. So there's that. No need for round 7 Goddard. Nope. It's a tight battle between the two quarterbacks right now. I don't disagree. Here's mine. I feel like you know what you're going to get in terms of efficiency, taking care of the football, and potential dual threat quarterback in Jacoby Brissett. Sam Howell, I don't know anything about him. I'll be completely honest. I have not done my research about Sam Howell. I have been avoiding. I have 0 shares of Terry McLaurin. I just don't like his ADP based on who's the quarterback there. So yeah, I have 0 shares of Terry McLaurin. Anyways, round 7. We already finished that one. We're on the board, so we'll catch up shortly. All right, we're on the clock. I think it's still too early to grab a quarterback, so we're going to go with Courtland Sutton. I hate the pick, but best wide receiver available, and we need them wide receivers. So we'll take it. So starting round 8, Darren Waller goes off the board, then Elijah Moore, then our good friend Jonesy Kenobi. He goes 3 RBs in a row. He grabs Dalvin Cook. Great value. See, typically people would say, oh, this is the dead zone, the RB dead zone. It's not a dead zone. It's like the best bang for your buck zone. Like guys like Madison, Dobbins, Rachaad White, Montgomery, Dalvin Cook, Connor, Pierce, Gibson, Sanders, Pacheco, Swift, James Cook. Like there's still so many more names that are to be mentioned. But yeah, so Darren Waller starts off round 8. Elijah Moore, Dalvin Cook goes to Jonesy, Rashad Bateman, Mike Thomas, our good friend Quasi grabs Zay Flowers. So he's gone back-to-back rookie wide receivers. Pretty cool to see. Then Antonio Gibson, Isaiah Pacheco. We grab Courtland Sutton. Then Evan Ingram goes off the board. Then James Cook. Then our good friend It's Amigo grabs Samaje Perine. That's the guy who we were eyeing, but it is what it is. Then Dak Prescott, Anthony Richardson. Hopefully I don't get sniped by Llama 88. But knowing my luck, I will. I did not get sniped. All right. So oh God. Okay. We got Tua Tagovailoa. So we got that Tua and Tyreek Hill stack. I'm happy with that. Quasi says, I'm hoping for Howell since I have shares. Well, I mean, it's only late June? You still got 2.5 months to draft, and I'm sure you're going to start getting exposure elsewhere. Liam McKinnon says, live over Sam Laporta. That's a tough one. No, I'm kidding. I'm a Laporta supporter, but live Laporta's me, wifey. You just want to get me in trouble, Liam. You jerk. Jonesy says, this is the wide receiver dead zone, in my opinion. Absolutely. Not in redraft format. I did a couple of mock drafts on Yahoo, and we're going to start streaming and recording mock drafts as well, just so we're not focusing, only on this kind of content. As much as I love drafters, I want to, entice myself to other people. Jonesy Kenobi says QB run. Absolutely. What, 4 quarterbacks gone back to back to back to back? I like that It's Amigo is investing in quarterback early. I wonder if he's going to go for a 3rd quarterback, because I wouldn't personally. All right, so after we take Tua Tagovailoa, AJ Dillon goes off the board. Then Jameson Williams is gone. Then Quasi grabs David Njoku. Great pick. Then Javonte Williams goes off the board. And I think he's a good pick, but I do expect him to sit out the first 6 to 8 weeks and just not be right for the whole season. We're going to see J.K. Dobbins reincarnate from last season with Javonte Williams. So guys who are coming off in the injury that I do like, Tony Pollard. I really want to start getting more shares of Tony Pollard. Love me some Tony Pollard. Yeah, sign me up, especially at that value. Tony Pollard is a great pick. I think he'll be ready for week 1. And Breece Hall. And we got Breece Hall on our team and our lineup, so I'm really stoked and excited about that. So after Javonte Williams goes off the board, Zach Charbonnet, then Tyler Boyd goes to our good friend Jonesy Wankanobi, then Alan Lazard, then Kirk Cousins finishes off round 9, and round 10, Pat Freiermuth goes off the board, then Alvin Kamara, and our good friend Jonesy's on the board, and he's pulling a Liam and letting the clock run out. We're just going to check our phone, and we're good. 8 people up in here. Don't leave. Last time I said there's 8 or 10 people up in here, or 15 people up in here. People started leaving. Don't leave. Stay with me. Stay with me. So we are literally 12 subscribers away from giving out 3 drafters. And it's crazy to say we're 12 away from 100 subscribers, but we're 12 subscribers away from giving out 3 individual tickets to this exact competition. So once again, it's a $20 buy-in. We'll cover the cost for that. We're going to do like a big raffle here. Not a raffle, but like a, I don't know. We're just going to randomize it and pick 3 different winners. So when we got that, it'll be a celebration. I'll have like balloons and yeah, it'll be grand. Maybe some champagne. I don't like champagne. But yeah, we're going to give out 3 individual tickets. First place can get $300,000. You could be a current member on Drafters Fantasy Sports. You could be, we're going to go with, we're going to take Juju. I've been drafting a lot of Juju lately, especially at this range, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Right now we have 6 wide receivers. We got 6 wide receivers, 3 running backs, 0 tight ends, 1 quarterback. So yeah, we're definitely with this build, we're definitely going to have to go with 3 tight ends and 3 quarterbacks, and that's okay. So we're just getting the best available other skill positions because I know I have value later on at the quarterback and tight end position. Jonesy Wankanobi says the 2 guys I wanted went right before me. That's what happens when you're drafting in the 20 man. The 2 million ain't no joke. These guys are all sharks. These guys are all beasts. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's catch up on the draft. We said Pat Freiermuth started off round 10, then Alvin Kamara, Dalton Schultz. I lied. We're up. All right, we need another. We need another running back. So we're going to go with Khalil Herbert. And we're reaching a little bit past or ahead of ADP. But it's okay because he's best available on our big draft 2023 best ball guide. So we're okay with that. So after Damian Harris goes off the board, Odell Beckham Jr. goes. Then our good friend Quasi grabs Brian Robinson, then Rashad Penny, then Sky Moore. We grab Juju, then Zay Jones, then Jacoby Myers. It's Amigo, our good buddy, finishes off round 10 with Romeo Dobbs. Starts off round 11 with Michael Gallup, 2 guys who I have 0 exposure to. And then Rondell Moore, Devon Achane. We grab Khalil Herbert with the 4th pick in the 11th round. Then Jared Goff, Nico Collins, Elijah Mitchell goes to our good friend Quasi, who is getting really good running back value right now. Then Geno Smith, then Jerick McKinnon, then Jamal Williams goes to our good buddy Jonesy Wankanobi, and we're all caught up. So yeah, we've been waiting forever for Hopkins news, but I think it's safe to say he's going to wait for training camp to be almost over to sign somewhere, and I hate that. I hate that that's what the NFL's come to, but it is what it is. And then Dalvin Cook said he'd be interested in signing with D-Hop. I think it would be interesting too, but if they're going to go to a winning team, they're both going to eat into somebody's touches, whether it be a wide receiver for Hopkins and whether it be a running back for Cook. It just sucks that like the NFL has become such a like there's no one guy anywhere anymore. It's all everybody's like got that 2-back system. I think the only team that's literally got just one threat in the receiving core is Tennessee, and that's Treylon Burks. And I would love more shares of Treylon Burks because like he had some moments where he balled out. I just hate the quarterback situation there. The quarterback situation is absolutely atrocious. So after our good friend Jonesy grabs Jamal Williams, Darnell Mooney goes off the board, finishing off round 11. Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson go back to back. Wow, this Capital guy has 131 drafts here in the Drafters 2 million. Then Adam Thielen goes off the board. Then KJ Osborne. You guys hear my dogs going wild right now? We got a chat up here. Quasi says 12 got a very fragile RB build. Let's check it out. So he went Amon St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Jerry Jeudy, Deebo Samuel, TJ Hawkinson, Mike Evans, David Montgomery. Ooh. Darren Waller, Kirk Cousins, Pat Freiermuth, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. Ooh. At this point, you need at least 2 running backs. At the very least. At the very least, 2 running backs. I can't say I like it. I can't. Do you like it, Quasi? How do you feel about it? I can't say I like it. I'm not a fan. I'm excited to see what he does with the rest of his draft at the running back position. I won't lie. All right. We'll take a rookie tight end. Shocker. Dalton Kincaid, our first tight end off the board, rookie tight end. We're going only, first or second year high upside tight ends in this draft. I lied. Like, that wasn't the goal. The goal was to get Chigozimo Konku, but he went right before we went. It is what it is. I like Dalton Kincaid. A lot of upside. Quasi says, nope, this is in regards to the super fragile build that Capital has. I mean, when you do 131 drafts, you could try a ting, Quasi also says no need for a third tight end that early. I completely agree, but it could also benefit him in the sense where like he's got that flex spot that one of them can fill since it is best ball. All right, we're going to get a double stack with, I know Tyler Allgeier's there, but we're going to get a double stack with Roschon Johnson and Khalil Herbert. Everybody knows that I'm very high on this Chicago Bears offense. Like super high on the Chicago Bears offense. I'm very high on Roschon Johnson. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Roschon Johnson, if he didn't play behind Bijan at Texas, he would be in discussion as a first-round pick. So I really like the fact that we got that double stack with Khalil Herbert and Roschon. I love the running game. The running game is only going to get better. And yeah, I just love that offense. Justin Fields is starting to become my favorite quarterback for this fantasy season. Whether it's best ball or redraft, I love Justin Fields. I want to get as many shares of Justin Fields as I possibly can. And I think one of my favorite stacks right now, and you guys are going to laugh at me, but you guys laughed at me last year when I said A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. My favorite stack this year, hands down, is Justin Fields and DJ Moore. I'm willing to put my reputation on it. Quasi says it's like trying to suffocate your flex spot. Yeah, as I said, man, like if you get 131 drafts in so far, it's what, June 26th, and it's only that he's doing the drafters 20. Like this is drafters 2 million. This is no joke, right? You're gonna get creative and try a different thing or two. Like it's like who haven't I drafted, and it's just like combinations at this point. Instead of filling other holes. Yeah, I completely agree. But like once again, guys last year who we didn't expect to play at all played a pivotal role in several offenses and ended up winning, underdog best ball. Ended up winning, drafters best ball. The guys you don't expect end up going completely crazy. So I'm very excited. So he goes Tyler Allgeier. So Tyler Allgeier is going to get his touches. It's not a bad pick. But David Montgomery and Tyler Algier as your only 2 running backs to finish off round 13 is interesting. Let's see what he does with pick 14. He's got to go running back here, right? Got another chat. Our good friend Sean Wilson says, glad you're back. I can't wait for Friendship Friday. Sean, you amped for Friendship Friday? Hopefully Quasi will join us on Friendship Fridays. He goes Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Very interesting. Like, it's not a bad pick, but he needs a running back. So right now we're in a running back dead zone and a wide receiver dead zone. I have not seen this in any of my minis. It's very interesting. So after that, Donovan Peoples-Jones goes off the board. Then Kenny Pickett. We got to start thinking quarterback and definitely more running back. We're okay at the tight end position because we know we got a couple of guys we could pick up with the last overall picks. But since we're here, we know we got to start queuing up some of our guys because it is the Drafters 2 million. So, I mean, regardless, everybody's a freaking shark, right? But like these guys are like extra sharky. It's a word. It's a thing. Go with it. We're queuing. We're queuing. All right. All right, we're on the clock. All right, it's a bit of a reach, but I really don't like any other value right now. So we're going to go CJ Stroud. Out of all the quarterbacks, he's my favorite one. Sean Wilson said, should we go Friday? Well, we're going every night of the week, including Saturday and Sunday. So we'll be doing a lot of $3 minis. We'll be mixing it up with the minis. We'll be doing the 2 million as well, like we're doing right now. Yeah. Quasi said won't be around Friday. It's cottage time for a week. Ooh. God bless you. I hope you enjoyed. I hope the forest fires don't affect you. I hope it's beautiful weather, man. Honestly, you deserve it, boss. Colin, what's up, baby boy? Yo. He says, walk me through exactly what this is. Say no more. I actually got slides for this, Colin. I'm prepared. I was waiting for this moment for you to come on my stream so I could explain it to you. So right now, we're drafting in what's called the Drafters 2 million. So essentially, first place gets $300,000. Hold on. We're on the clock. Give me a sec. We'll come right back to it. All right. We're going to go with our Q got picked through. Okay. We'll take Hunter Renfrow. Decent wide receiver value. We don't have enough shares. All right. Just let me go here. You still with me, Colin? All right. So we're doing what's called the Drafters 2 million. It's on this app called Drafters Fantasy Sports. It's a $20 buy-in. There's over 100,000 separate competitors. Pretty much, there's 12 people drafting. It's points per reception format. So I'll just talk about how the price breaks down, and then we'll talk about everything else. So it's first place gets $200,000. There's over $2 million in total winnings. Then there's also the $3 mini, so it's good practice for the drafters. 2 million. First place gets $30,000. There's over $200,000 in total winnings in the mini. So it's best ball. It's the most convenient way for you to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week you get a starting lineup that is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of each week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted into your weekly matchup. So no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that garbage, right? So like you literally just draft it and forget it. So say you got Dak Prescott, you got, I use Dak Prescott in all of these explanations. Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa, and Daniel Jones. Week 2, right? Okay, these are all the quarterbacks in your roster, in your 20-man roster. Say Daniel Jones plays terribly because Saquon's sitting out. Say Tua gets concussed, and Dak Prescott actually has a good game. as opposed to leaving points on the bench or being like, damn, I should have started this guy. The app, the draft, would take your points and apply it to your weekly matchup. And they would do that for all positions that I had mentioned earlier, right? So the reason why I say it's the most convenient way to draft is like you literally just draft it and forget it unless you're winning money. And it's the best practice. Like, even though ADP isn't like completely identical, common sense will prevail, especially if you get enough reps doing these best ball drafts here on Drafters. So like, it's super dope. It's super cool. The fact that you can win that much money at the end obviously is like the most enticing thing. But like, I just love fantasy football. Like, I did mock drafts before the NFL draft. I like the first day this app came out, I entered the first draft in the $3 mini. I love this stuff. Like, how do you win? Like, who says whose team is best LMAO? It's literally so like instead of it being like a weekly matchup where it's like wins and losses, it's literally most points for at the end of the NFL season. Or at the end of the first, what is it, 17 weeks? 16 games. All right. We're going to go with John Mechie. I think we're good at wide receiver now. No, we need one more wide receiver. I lied. Yeah, we're going to go Mechie here. Colin Whitman says, so is this for the upcoming season? Quasi says, yes, it's for the upcoming season. Jonesy says total points. Yeah, so the most points that you get at the end of the season, or whoever gets the most points at the end of the season, wins first place. But like first place to like 500th place, all win a nice chunk of change, right? And you could do it either here in the Drafters 2 million, or you could do it in the Drafters Mini, where first place gets, what is it, 30,000? Yeah, and there's over $200,000 in total winnings there. Damn. Colin says, damn, why the F would you draft a team this early, though? Like, injuries and everything else could happen. Yes, I hear you. But historically, in all of these big leagues, these big best ball tournaments, the winner drafts their team in late May, early June, simply because ADP is absolutely broken. Do you know what ADP means? Quasi says June is statistically when the winners are drafted across all platforms. That's how you know he's a two-time champ. So Quasi won the money last year. Jonesy says you can get good deals on ADPs. RS Peels says for Drafters Best Ball, you draft your team against 11 other people. That team that competes against those 11 people and 100K other teams drafted by other people, total points at the end of the week. Exactly. Colin says, interesting, making more sense now. Yeah, so like everybody's so like tied into wanting to do like redraft format, but you can't enjoy redraft format because you're constantly doing like little shifts here. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to do at least one redraft league this year. But best ball, you can draft like hundreds, if not thousands, right? So when they say ADP is broken, it means at draft position. So right now, guys like Ezekiel Elliott, guys like Leonard Fournette, guys like Kareem Hunt, all guys who like are going to play somewhere and should play somewhere are being drafted in rounds like 16, 17, 18, 19 sometimes. And like Leonard Fournette just goes off the board right there as we talk about, right? Round 17, right? The moment Leonard Fournette signs anywhere, he's going to jump up to like a top 10, top 11 round pick, right? So the fact that you can get this kind of value this early at this point is why we draft this early and why we continue to draft. So best ball literally keeps a pulse on everything that's going on in football as we're finding out what's happening in football. Does that make sense? Like as the scenery and the weather changes in the football offseason, we're constantly adjusting to that based off of ADP. Like Alexander Madison, before Dalvin Cook got released was going in the 8th, 9th round. Now you can't get him past the 5th, right? Dalvin Cook is still currently going in like 7th, 8th, 9th round. So the moment Dalvin Cook signs somewhere, he's going to skyrocket up to top 4, top 5 rounds. So that's why we draft early. It's to take advantage of broken ADP. But mind you, guys are like taking dudes like Bijan and Travis Kelce in the first round in every single one of these drafts that I've been in. So I'm looking forward to ADP calming down for like the first couple rounds. Like I've seen it calm down for guys like the quarterbacks, the top 3 quarterbacks. Colin says, I thought this was mock drafts. I was confused how you won money on it. Yeah, no, it's not a mock draft. This is like everything we're doing here is for real money, right? So this is my second $20 2 million draft. I'm going to start doing way more of these, but like $20 investment is quite a bit. But I'm going to start doing more of these as I get more reps. I've done over 51, 52 drafters, $3 minis. So like I could do these drafts with my eyes closed. All right, we need a quarterback. We're going to go Desmond Ridder. Love me some Desmond Ridder. We're going to need one more shiitake mushrooms. So we got bye week problems. Dalton Kincaid, Mike Mayer. Even though we stuck to the rookie tight end theme, we made a bye week Bobo. We might have to go 4 tight ends here. Jeremy Thiel says, late to the party, but I thought it was weekly score totals then added at the end of the year. No. Essentially, for better or worse, Quasi says, essentially for better or worse, odds are that the teams that you draft today will be undraftable come late August and early September. Yeah, for example, last year, guys like Josh Jacobs went relatively late in every one of the drafts, but like you were able to get guys like Jalen Hurts in like the 6th round in June last year. You were able to get guys like Pat Mahomes in the 4th round last year. You were able to get Travis Kelce in like the early mid-2nd. You were able to get Saquon sometimes in the 3rd round. I missed those days where I could get Saquon in the 3rd round. AJ Brown was falling end of 3rd round, early 4th. All right. Yeah, we're just going to go get our guys at this point. Like, it doesn't matter. We took Luke Schoonmaker, another guy I'm really, really high on. Love me some Luke Schoonmaker. I'm okay with these 3 rookie tight ends. I do like them. I might get one more based on what's available to me, but I'm okay with these guys. Jimmy G still available. So, like, right now, Jimmy Garoppolo, for example, Colin, like, he's going undrafted or drafted, this late. It's round 19. Jimmy Garoppolo, who's a starting quarterback in the NFL, is going undrafted or like past round 18 and 19 simply because he had a foot surgery that everybody knew that he was going to have, right? So if you get a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo and then he recovers as anticipated, you got a great quarterback with a great value. And if you were to draft like right before the season starts, Jimmy Garoppolo would be going way earlier, right? Did I already say that? Quasi said, essentially for better or worse, odds are the teams that you can draft today will be undrafted. Yes, I did say that. Quasi says, this is more accurate than mock drafts since money's on the line. Some pro fantasy players do these as warm-ups for August fantasy draft season. Exactly. And the reason for what Quasi is saying, and like, as I said, Quasi is the 2-time. Like, he won 1st and 2nd last year. Like, 1st and 2nd. So that's why we call him the 2-time. He got gold and bronze. The 2-time. Quasi. So yeah, essentially for why, or just to touch up on what he's saying and why it's better than mock drafts is because if you were to do a mock draft today, you would get guys who would make their like first 4, 5 picks. You would also have to draft a kicker and a defense, and nobody likes a freaking kicker. So yeah, you would have to draft a kicker and a defense. Guys will do their first 4 or 5 picks and then just go auto draft. So you're literally competing against bots. It's like saying you're going to go online in a game of Warzone, and instead of playing Warzone on Verdansk, you're going to play Plunder on Verdansk. It's completely different. I miss Call of Duty. I miss the good old Call. Did anybody else here enjoy Call of Duty in its prime? I think I took Call of Duty in its prime for granted. I miss those days. God, we were toxic. We were so toxic. Colin, you miss COD? You miss Verdansk? You miss Boneyard? I don't miss Boneyard. But yeah, I love this app. I love like I will do this off stream, on stream. It don't matter. I will save all my drafters 2 million for streams. I'll do my drafters minis off stream as much as I possibly can. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Jeremy, I can't wait for Friendship Friday. Hopefully you can join us on Friendship Friday or any night this week, every night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, buddy. Would love to get you in here as well. All right, we're in round 20. Things are wrapping up. So here's another guy that my most owned player is Jelani Woods. Everybody's sleeping on Jelani Woods, and I'm so high on him. And I want to draft him. I think I'm going to go 4 tight ends with this build. I have to. If Jelani Woods is still available. If he's not available, we'll pivot elsewhere. We could also use another. Yeah, we'll go running back. Oh, wow. That's how you know these guys know their stuff. The guy who I was looking at goes off the board. Eric Gray. Great late round value, especially if we're anticipating Saquon Barkley might sit out the season. But yeah, since it's points per reception format, you're going to see wide receivers go early and often. Wide receivers will be valued way higher in these best ball drafts than you would see in anywhere else. So yeah, Puka Nacua goes to Quasi. I've gotten my fair share. I think I got like 5% Puka now in all my leagues, which isn't bad. If he does have a good season, I have a 5% chance of winning some big money. Pretty stoked with that. Jeremy Teal says, oh yeah, my man. All right, we're making our last pick. All right, Jelani Woods is available. Jelani Woods is coming to us. So we went 4 tight ends, and that's the convenient thing about drafting here as opposed to drafting with the other guys is you got like 3 or 4 extra roster spots where you can get a 4th tight end if need be, if you want to go tight end quarterback late. So let's talk about our starting lineup. We went 0 quarterback, 0 tight end early. We went heavy at the wide receiver position. We got some good value at the running back position. Let's talk about it. So we got Tua Tagovailoa to match with our first overall pick in overall at the 4th spot, Tyreek Hill. So we got Tua, CJ Stroud, Desmond Ridder. Very high on Desmond Ridder. I'm a Desmond Ridder truther. I'm a Atlanta Falcons truther this year. At running back, we got Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert, and Roschon Johnson. We got a nice little double stack with Khalil Herbert and Roschon Johnson. Wide receiver, we did really good. We went Tyreek Hill, Devonta Smith, Drake London, Kadarius Toney, Cortland Sutton, Juju Smith-Schuster, Hunter Renfrow, John Mechie. At tight end, we went Dalton Kincaid, Michael Mayer, Luke Schoonmaker, Jelani Woods. Jelani Woods is my most owned player. I have him now probably around 35, 40%. So I'm just going to look at our good friends teams here. We'll start with Jonesy. Jonesy went with Joe Burrow, Kenny Pickett, Jimmy Garoppolo, Dameon Pierce, James Conner, Dalvin Cook, Jamal Williams, Devin Singletary, Jeff Wilson, Leonard Fournette. At the wide receiver position, he got CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle. Oh, it's a great start. DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Boyd, KJ Osborne, Rashid Shaheed, Joshua Palmer, Laviska Shenault. He went with 2 tight ends, George Kittle and Dalton Schultz. Sick draft, buddy. Jonesy, you crushed it. That was a great draft. See what the 2-time did. Quasi went Josh Allen, Jordan Love. Okay. I like the unique second quarterback you got there. So if you go elite quarterback, it is okay to just go with a two quarterback build. It's very common, and historically, two quarterback builds are where it wins. But like, you're obviously not going to draft based off of like what happened last year, right? So Austin Eckler, Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson, Elijah Mitchell, Ty Chandler, Latavius Murray. So are you convinced that, Quasi, are you convinced that Ty Chandler is going to, in fact, be Alexander Madison's handcuff as opposed to Dwayne McBride? Because I'm on the Dwayne McBride side. We got 11 people here. God, I'm blessed. At wide receiver, Chris Olave, Christian Kirk, Jahan Dotson, Quentin Johnson, Zay Flowers, Rashee Rice, Jaden Reed, Darius Slayton, Tim Patrick, Puka Nacua. So you went really high upside at the wide receiver position, and I love what you did there. Chris Olave might be my favorite. Like, he might be one of my favorites, most slept on wide receivers this year. And then at the tight end position, he went David Njoku and Dawson Knox. I would say you could have went with a third tight end there, but once again, you're the two-time. I'm not. Our good friend It's Amigo goes Justin Fields, Dak Prescott. So he did go two quarterbacks. I really like that quarterback room that he has. Running back, he went Derrick Henry, Cam Akers, Samaje Perine, Tajay Spears, Pierre Strong, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Great, phenomenal. You guys, what's that dude's name? Prince something. He's in Kansas City. They're talking about him right now the way they talked about Isaiah Pacheco last year, and Pacheco's out right now with a hand. Prince. I'll find the name for you guys. All right, wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, Deontay Johnson, Romeo Doubs, Michael Gallup, Van Jefferson, Curtis Samuel, Paris Campbell, Josh Downs. Tight end, Kyle Pitts, Cole Kmet, Cade Otton. I like the Cade Otton pick. I really like the Cade Otton pick. Great draft. Honestly, you guys saved your best draft for the Drafters 2 million, and I'm glad you guys did it. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys are absolutely amazing. The fact that you guys not only support me here on the stream, but you guys are down to draft with me so I can, talk some crap to you is pretty dope. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. Thank you guys for being patient. I know I took a week off, had a lot going on. I'm not going to get into details, but I'm back, and I'm not fucking leaving. I'm back. I'm back for good. Hold on. We got Jonesy Wankanobi says, only Prince I know is a singer or Amukamara. I wish I could search his name right here. Let's go to league. No. Let's go to lobby. All right. Lobby. I'm going to find out this name for you guys right now because it's bugging me. And I like being the guy who tells you guys this is the person you want to draft. ARS Peels says, if McBride can play at the NFL level, he will get the majority of the work. Should Madison get hurt, Chandler will stay in the same role the whole time. ARS Peels also says pass catcher outside zone. I don't think either one of these handcuffs are going to come in solely off of injury. I think it's who's going to come in and spell. And when they come in and spell, who's going to break away and make a big play. And in terms of like athleticism and build, McBride fits that Madison, Dalvin Cook role more than Chandler does. That's why I'm leaning towards McBride. Chandler, like, he was an athletic specimen in college, but like we haven't seen him in 2 years do anything because he's constantly hurt. I'm high on McBride, very high on McBride. I love me some McBride. All right, I think I go rankings. All right, we're searching the name. Prince. Deneric Prince, that's his name. Deneric Prince. And I'm not the only one talking about him. So I'm trying to do as much research as I possibly can to find the next Isaiah Pacheco. And it's just so weird that it's happening in Kansas City where the next Isaiah Pacheco supposedly is in Kansas City. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back every freaking night. We're going to be pumping out some content now that fantasy football season is coming close. Stay tuned. We're going to put out our top 5 stacks and then our top 5 double stacks videos coming up in the next couple of days. Quasi says he's getting hype in camp. Yeah, like if a team says something bad about you in camp, then you're bad. Or they don't talk about you, then that's bad. But if you're an undrafted guy and a team is raving about you, and not just any team, but the Super Bowl defending champs are raving about you, I might want to invest. And I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna get me some forgot his first name, but I'm gonna get me some Prince. Have a good night, guys. God bless. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Hope you guys like the rebrand. Bye.